So this one's going to get started with a homemade meatball recipe that I can guarantee you is packing some flavors. We are talking some big balls. From there, we will head on up to the deck and fire up my Black Earth Hybrid. We will use the pellet side to get some smoke on these balls. From there, we will turn it up to about 350 or so. We got to get a little bit of color, a little bit of char. How about we take all that down to my Blackstone, mix it up with some spaghetti, get some sear on those balls, get some marinara sauce on it all. Of course, fresh cheese going down. This is the Spaghetti and Meatball Burrito, and I got one question. Can this possibly be good? This is one show you are not going to want to miss. Alrighty, also as we get started on this cook here, I've got to send it out to Maddie and Kiki. If you don't know these two, they do a live show every Friday at 12 noon. That is correct, a live cooking show, can you imagine? And that there appears on their YouTube channel. I will leave links down in the description so you could check that out. And also they are the TV stars of Gusto TV Barbecue Barn, starring Maddie and Kiki. Again, I'll leave links down there so you can get that app right on your phone or on your Fire Stick, and you can watch those replays of those shows now. And I am telling you, if you are into live cooking, this is definitely going to be the show for you, as there is definitely a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a banter that I certainly enjoy, and I bet you will too. Needless to say, that and there is where I got this recipe idea from. And look, I've got my doubts on this recipe, there's no doubt about it. I mean, carb on carb, we are talking spaghetti, homemade meatballs with some sauce on a burrito. I mean, can that work? We are about to find that out. So what I want to do here, up on the screen, I've got a quick meatball recipe. I want to go over that with you after that recipe plays out, and that's only going to be about a minute or so. I will bring you guys back. I will already have this griddle fired up and ready to go, and we will get the burritoing up. So this one's going to get started with a delicious yet simple meatball recipe that is definitely packing some flavor. And as always here at Licensed to Griddle, you can get the full ingredient list right down in the description, including the directions. Although this one is pretty easy. Get all the ingredients in a bowl, mash them up, let them sit, and then make up those meatballs. And as you could see for this recipe, I went with a jumbo-sized ball. That is my Black Earth Hybrid grill. What that means, it is half pellet grill and half gas grill. I am using the pellet grill at about 220. We will bring that up to that perfect 155, adding in a little bit of smoke. Then I will put it down on the bottom, crank that pellet up to about 350 or so, because I want to get a little bit of color. Now look, this only took about 10 minutes down there. I got a little bit of char, I got a little bit of color, and a lot of bit of flavor. We took that up perfectly to 165. Get those balls off to rest, and let me meet you at the griddle, and let's get griddling. Alrighty, all, and welcome back. And as I said, my griddle is already heated up, cleaned up, and ready to go. I've got my tomato sauce here on standby. That'll be heating up. It is on the griddle, and of course I've got my big balls right here. We've got to get these down now. Look, they did this on the grill, so you're gonna pick up some flavor from doing it that way. I did, as you saw, cook these on the grill, on the pellet side of the grill, just to add in a little bit of smoke. But here's what I have concocted. Is that a word for this recipe? I'm going to cut these meatballs up, get them face down on the griddle. And my theory there is besides easier to eat, I want to see if I can get a little bit of crust on the back end or the middle of the meatball. And I do believe this recipe is going to go pretty quick once I get everything moving here. Once the balls get down, we will go with a little bit more oil, let that just kind of drip through. Alrighty, so we are picking up steam, and we are About 350 here. I don't want to go too hot. I want to keep control of this cook. Sometimes, you know, when you're working all the cameras and stuff, you go too hot, you lose control of the cook. So 350 is going to work well for me. And we've probably got another 2 minutes or so on the balls. I've got my marinara sauce right here. That is warming up and getting ready. I've also got my spaghetti here. This is cooked al dente. I think that is going to play well with the recipe because we are going to get it on the griddle. We don't want to turn it to mush, so al dente is going to be the call. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these balls moved over. They will continue to cook over there. I've got my spaghetti here. We will start getting that on. Now I got a whole thing of spaghetti here. I'm not sure how much we're going to use. And of course, we've got to get a little bit of sauce on the spaghetti. I'm a little still fugazi on this recipe. I'm not sure how this is going to taste, how this is going to play. Leave me a comment down in the description right now. Do you think this is going to be a hit, or do you think this is going to be a miss? And the marinara sauce in the spaghetti is basically going to work as an oil would. It is breaking the spaghetti up, getting rid of the spaghetti from sticking, and is just going to play well when I go ahead and wrap them and plate them up. That is the crust that I am looking for. You guys may say that is overly done. I say that is absolutely perfection. Oh yeah. So guys, I am going to start mixing in a little bit of cheese. This is a regular Mott's store purchase, nothing special. There we go, a little bit, a lot, what does it matter? Oh yeah. So look, I think this is pretty good. I'm going to get this off, take you guys over to the board. We are going to wrap these up. Then I'm going to bring you guys back to the griddle and we will finish it up. Alrighty, all welcome back to this delectable treat. Let's get our burritos down. I did my best on rolling these bad boys up. I mean, I can roll a little bit better. It is just not the burrito that I've had all that rolling practice in. But I do think I do think this is going to work. Now, again, I've got my griddle set low across the board. I've got this side off. These three burners on low. For all you number players out there, that means at about 300 griddle surface. Now I do have a little bit of a trick with these burritos, so you want to stay in on that. We've been down for about maybe 2 minutes. Let me just take a peek. And they are looking good. Let's give these a little bit of turn. You always want to start with the, obviously with the bottom down first. That is going to kind of seal this flap so it doesn't come open. Most of you know that, but maybe some of you don't. And these are looking pretty good. Let's get this one moved over and stay tuned to my little bit of a trick. And now we are on, I put that mozz on the inside, so we are melting that right here on the flip. That is where the mozz is. Alrighty, and it doesn't take long. And that looks pretty perfect to me. Here's my little trick here. Let's go ahead and brush a little bit of marinara sauce right on the top. Gotta love the sizzle. I think the girls used a butter sauce. I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and this is exactly what I came up with. Let's see if we can get a little bit of Parmesan right on top. Oh yeah. And we are definitely cooking on the bottom. I am trying to hurry. So what I want to do here is I've got to get these pulled off. I've got to get these on over to the board. We will do that. We will cut them open, do that taste test, and close out the show. Alrighty, and that is that. And I have to tell you, well, look, I'm still undecided. I don't know how this is going to taste, but the recipe went off pretty much without a hitch. I mean, we are perfectly loaded with those meatballs and that spaghetti. We've got some marinara on top. We've got some fresh grated Parmesan. I sprinkled a little bit of Parmesan on the board with some parsley for color. Let's do that taste test and let me give you my feelings. Is this an M&K hit or an M&K miss? Well, I got to tell you, I'm a little bit shocked. Actually, I'm a lot shocked. So here's the deal, man. This is an M&K hit. I'm telling you, I can't believe how much flavor is packed into these burritos. First off, the meatballs are perfection. The spaghetti is perfect. It is nowhere near mush. But as I bit into it, the shocker for me is the crunch. I don't know if you guys heard the crunch, but you know, with this perfectly cooked outer shell right here, it just gave almost like a potato chip crunch. Redoing it, I probably put a little bit of salt on the bottom just to give it that more of that potato chip type feel. But the marinara on top, the freshly grated Parmesan on top is perfection. I mean, this is shockingly good, man. I am telling you, this is one you are going to want to recreate on your Blackstone, your griddle. There is no doubt about it. So look, that is going to put a pin in this show. Again, I got to thank Maddie and Kiki for this recipe idea. I've got links for their Gusto TV show. I said TV show. That is Gusto TV is Canadian TV like Food Network. So if you are into live cooking, you are going to want to check out that show and others on Gusto. That is Barbecue Barn. Links down in the description. Their Friday live show. I expect to see some of you guys there. Just let me know. Links down in the description. That is going to end this show. My name is Tommy, and I guess that makes me the Griddler. I appreciate all you guys for checking in, checking out this recipe. And until next time, we will see you.